electric current. In previous part we have gone through one expression which was for magnetic field due to a straight current carrying conductor, but in that expression we have took the length of that current carrying conductor as a finite quantity, okay, but it have some several cases, like if the length is infinite, if the length is semi infinite. So in today's lecture we are going to see that cases as well as some graphs, and after that we will see some easy level questions, okay. So you can see that I have written here today's points. First point is special cases of magnetic field due to long straight current carrying conductor, and the second point is examples which will be of easy level, okay. So see carefully the first case here, or first special case here. You can see here that for infinite straight wire, and in books the case is written as R is very less than L. So you know that what does it mean by R? R is nothing but the distance of point P where we are going to find out the magnetic field due to that long straight current carrying conductor, okay. So this is the R, and what is L? L is nothing but the length of that current carrying conductor. So here you can see the length of current carrying current conductor is going to the infinity. That's why R is very less than L, okay. So first of all we will go for expression. So what will be the magnitude of magnetic field due to this infinite current carrying conductor? But before that you should just revise our first expression, that is for magnitude of magnetic field due to long straight current carrying conductor for finite length. And you know that we have two expressions in the form of alpha beta and in the form of theta 1 theta 2. So in the form of alpha and beta it was like B is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi I divided by R in bracket cos alpha 1 plus cos beta, okay, sorry, cos alpha 1 plus cos beta. And the second expression, in second expression we have replaced this alpha and beta, you know that by pi by 2 minus theta 1, like that. So expression was like B is nothing but mu 0 upon 4 pi I divided by R into sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. So we are going to just replace the things by angle. We just have to focus on angles. So see carefully. Now P point is here. So we have take this angle here. If I draw like this angle as a alpha, here this angle was a beta, and after this angle was a pi minus beta. You know that all things. And here we have took theta 1 theta 2. Now just tell me, if I draw this diagram like this and like this, so here we will have theta 1. If I draw like this, it will be theta 2. Similarly, if I draw like this, it will be theta 3. You know all that things, okay. And here we will perform, or here we will make alpha 1 like this alpha. If I draw like this, again here alpha. If I draw like this, here we will have alpha. But see carefully, this is alpha, let's say this is alpha, and after that it's going to infinity, here alpha. This alpha, if say it is a 25 degree, then definitely this angle will be less than that, okay. You can see that very small angle. Similarly here, so angle is going to decrease, okay. By geometry you can see that here, let's say we have angle 25 degree, so this angle alpha is very small as compared to this angle. As compared to this angle, this alpha is small. Similarly, if I go here, this alpha is very small as compared to this and this angle. Now this line is going like to the infinity, So at infinity, alpha nearly equal to tends, in this case alpha tends to 0 as length of this conductor tends to infinity, okay. Because you can see here, when length is short, when I am going to draw the angle here, this angle will be large as compared to this angle. This angle will be very small as compared to this. So this line, this length of the conductor is going to the infinity, and I am going to draw this angle here. So definitely when our conductor's length going to the infinity, at that time alpha, here we are making alpha, you know that. If you are getting confusion, any kind of confusion, just go back and revise that first expression and just see that diagram where we have draw alpha and where we have draw beta, okay. So when this length is going to infinity, angle will be like not like this, angle will be like this. So at the bottom alpha will be nearly equal to 0. Similarly, we know that we have took this angle as a beta. So if I draw here, this beta will be small as compared to this beta, and it's like going to the infinity. So that means when also beta tends to 0 as length tends to 0 infinity, sorry, length of the conductor tends to infinity. Okay, so we got two angles alpha and beta as tends to 0, we can take them as a 0. Also now I have drawn this for just your sake of simplicity. I hope you got that why I have took alpha tends to 0 and beta tends to 0. Now see carefully, we have B is equal to magnetic field is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi I divided by R. Now definitely I is the current. Let's say we are taking this direction, I divided by R in bracket cos alpha plus cos beta. So therefore B, which is nothing but the magnetic field, is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi I divided by R. Now alpha is nothing but 0. Now as alpha tends to 0, cos alpha will become 1, cos 0 plus cos 0. So that it will be become mu 0 upon 4 pi R, here current I, into cos 0 has value of 1, similarly 1 plus 1 become 2. So magnetic field will be mu 0 upon 4 pi, mu 0 upon 4 pi, but here 2 will get cancelled with these 2. So definitely it will become 2 pi only. So it will be mu 0 I divided by 2 pi R. So this is the expression. So this is the expression for magnitude of magnetic field. Magnitude of magnetic field due to infinite straight wire. If the length of the wire is infinity, that means L is going to the infinity, L is going to the infinity. At that time, here angle alpha and angle beta here will become 0. So cos 0 become 1. Only that value we have put, that's it, nothing more than that. Okay. So this is the magnitude of magnetic field. Now see carefully, what about direction? But before that we will go for one graph, and that graph will be graph of magnetic field versus R. Okay, and always remember that R is nothing but the distance of that point P, and actually it is a perpendicular distance. Please note it down, it's very important. Somewhere take a note. R is perpendicular distance, which is shortest distance, perpendicular distance of point P from conductor. That's it. Now see carefully, the graph of B versus R, it looked like this. Here we have magnitude of magnetic field, here we have the perpendicular distance R. Okay. Now it is actually inversely proportional. You can see here mu 0 is nothing but the permeability of free space, which is a constant value, 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7. You know that. Current will be also constant. It may be 5 ampere, 10 ampere, whatever it is, but it will be definitely constant quantity. And the third point 2 pi is also constant. It will be 6.28, something like that. So the remaining part was perpendicular distance. So if you increase the perpendicular distance, okay, so magnetic field will be inversely proportional. It will be decreased. Similarly for current also, if you increase the current, if 10 ampere increases to 20 ampere, definitely magnetic field will be increases. So it will be depend on two quantity. current and perpendicular distance. To the current, magnetic field will be directly proportional, and there is no any suspense about that. You know that because we are already learning magnetic effect of electric current, so definitely there should be very strong effect on magnetic field due to current, you know that. So definitely if you increase the current, number of lines around the conductor will increases, it will cause to increase the strength of the magnetic field. Okay. So you know that magnetic field is inversely proportional to the perpendicular distance. If you increase the magnetic field, if you increase the perpendicular distance, magnetic field will be decreased, and if you decrease the perpendicular distance r, magnetic field will be increased. That's it. Now see regarding direction. This is for magnitude. Now direction. Let us take this. It's going to the infinity. It's going to the infinity. You know that. Now I have already told you the right hand thumb rule. At a point P, if you want to find out the direction of magnetic field, do one thing only. Whatever the current is there, just put your thumb in that direction. Okay. So you can see. That means on this plane, right side of this conductor, definitely, actually, yes, right side of this conductor, your fingers are going inside the plane. That means what? Here magnetic field going inside, and when it going inside, we drawn cross symbols. So definitely on it will come out of the other plane. So we draw dotted symbols. Now see carefully. This is the r distance, na, perpendicular distance. Also this side, also this side. You can take this side also. So by this graph also we can conclude one thing, that at this region magnetic field r is small, so definitely magnetic field will be strong. As we are going away from this conductor, okay, as we are going away from the conductor, magnetic field will be decreases. That means the region away from that long straight conductor will have very less amount of magnetic field lines. Yes, okay. Similarly for this side, whenever we are observing near about that conductor, magnetic field lines will be very strong and crowded, and definitely magnetic field will be also great. And when we go away from that conductor, magnetic field will be decreases, as magnetic field lines will decreases. Okay. So just note it down. Okay, now we will see the second special case, that is for semi-infinite straight wire. So in the first case we have learned how to find out the magnetic field, its magnitude as well as direction when the conductor is going to the infinity from both the sides. But here we have semi-infinite wire. That means one end is finite, you know that where it is started from, and other end is infinite, that you don't know where it is going on. So the first important point, the first original case we have saw without any special case, that diagram is standard diagram for you. You have to remember it by heart. You know that, you should know that where is theta 1. You know that this angle we have took theta 1, here theta 2, this angle alpha, this angle beta, and the other one was pi minus beta. You know that all things. Okay. Actually, sorry, this was beta and another was pi minus beta. So here you can see that here we don't have any downward part, but our conductor is length is started from here. So you know that this angle will be alpha. Okay, and it is going to the infinity. So if I took this angle beta or this angle beta or like that infinity, so angle will going on decreasing. Already I have told you that. The near we took the we take the line, definitely that angle will be large. As we go far away from the this starting point, definitely our conductor will go to the infinity and angle beta will be very small, so we are going to take it as a 0. So in this case alpha is equal to 90 degree and beta tends to 0 degree as length tends to infinity. So we have B is nothing but mu 0 upon 4 pi I divided by R cos alpha plus cos beta. You know this expression, which is the original expression. So in this expression we are going to put just this value alpha and beta. Therefore B, which is nothing but the magnetic field magnitude, mu 0 upon 4 pi I, this is I and this is R, into, now cos alpha is nothing but 90 degree and cos beta 0. So it will give us mu 0 upon 4 pi R, here current I, into cos 90, you know that 0 value, cos 0 has a value of 1, so 0 plus 1. So B will be only mu 0 upon 4 pi I divided by R. This is the expression for semi-infinite long state conductor current carrying current and its magnetic field, magnitude of magnetic field at any point P, and R is nothing but the perpendicular distance, exact perpendicular distance. That means if you took like this, so it will not be the R, this will be the R, this will be position vector. Okay, the other than this perpendicular distance, any line, that will be the position vector. Okay, so this is the magnitude of magnetic field. Again for direction, before that the graph will be same, B will be inversely proportional to the R, and direction will be, if this current is I, definitely the thumb is going in upward direction. So in this plane magnetic field will go inside, magnetic field lines, and it will come outside that. So direction will be inside and outside, that's it, cross and dot. Okay, so this is the magnitude of magnetic field, and now we will practice regarding direction of magnetic field, because even though we know that thumb rule, right hand thumb rule, I have already told you, but even though we can make some confusions, so we will see some cases for the practice purpose. For example, I will took first case. Now see, this is the current I is flowing. Practice of direction of magnetic field. Whenever I am saying direction, B bar will come automatically. So we are going to do one thing, that is thumb rule. So you can see thumb will be in downward direction, thumb will be in downward direction. Now for this plane, you can see the fingers are coming outside. That means if they are coming outside, definitely it will be like this, and definitely other plane will be drawn by this cross symbol. Okay, we always use this thumb rule now. So we are not going to like this. Okay, it will be like this. So for this plane, current is going downward. For this plane, this magnetic field is coming outside. Definitely here the magnetic field lines will going inside. For second case, if the current is going like this, now it's very easy, you know that. See, so here magnetic field lines going inside, and for the other plane they are coming outside of plane. Again, once again see carefully, this is very easy, we are doing like this only. So you can see the fingers are going inside, so fingers are going inside from this plane, going inside, coming outside. But for this, don't use like this, do not use like this, like dislike, like dislike, but do not use dislike. You have to do like this for this case, for this case. I know that it's very painful, but you have to do it. So for this plane they are coming outside, and for definitely for this plane they will go inside. Now the third case, if the current is going like this, now see carefully, I will do this, see. So for this plane, these lines are coming outside, and for this it will go inside. Are you getting it? See carefully, coming outside, so coming outside, and it will go inside here. Now the fourth case, if the current is like this, current is going in this direction, this is all the current direction. Now for this we have done this, so for it now it will be like this. So definitely in upward side, it's going inside, and for downward side it's coming outside, going inside, coming outside. Very easy. That's it. These much cases are more than sufficient. So now you know how to use right hand thumb rule. Actually for long straight conductor we use this. When we go for the circular ring, there we can use this rule also, but there we have any very easy rule also. So means we are using thumb and fingers, as there also we are going to use thumb and fingers, but there is some other technique. So just note it down all things, see carefully. If you have any doubt, again revise all, do one thing, pause it and again see carefully. If you have any doubt, you can put that out in comment box also. Okay, note it down. Now this is the most important point. By all that special cases, we can conclude one thing. If the point P is on the axis of this long straight conductor, if this point P anywhere on the axis of conductor, then magnetic field will be 0. Because see carefully, if the point P is, let's say, here, so if the point P is here, you can see that we are taking alpha like this, na. So if point P come along this, then definitely alpha become pi, 180 degree, and at that time you can see that similarly theta 2 will become how much? Pi also. Alpha and theta 2 becomes pi, and similarly beta becomes how much? 0 degree, and theta 1 become 0 degree. See once again, if the point P is, let's say, somewhere here, anywhere here, so theta 1 is nothing but like this. So this point will coincide here, so theta 1 become 0. Similarly beta also become 0, and alpha and theta 2 becomes pi degree, 180 degree. If you put all these values in any of expression of magnetic field, which was like mu 0 upon 4 pi I by r cos alpha plus cos beta, or mu 0 upon 4 pi I by r sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. In that expressions, if you put any values alpha beta or theta 1 theta 2, you will get same result, that is B will be 0. Okay. Once again see carefully, if P point is here, coincided, alpha and theta 2 become 180 degree, and when P point is again here, at that time this theta 1 and beta 2, because we are measuring like this, that's why it will become 0. So you have to put that values in any expression. We have two expression originals. So in that expression, if you put, you will get same result, that magnetic field will be 0. That's it. Okay. So now after this, we will see some easy level examples, whichever we have gone through right now. We will see some example on that. Okay, note it down. Okay, see carefully on green board. We have an example that an infinite wire having 10 ampere of current. So the value of current is given 10 ampere flowing through it as shown in figure. So this is the infinite wire. That means on both the side it will go to the infinity. Okay. And also they are asking to find magnitude of magnetic field as well as the direction, and the point is placed at 20 centimeter from the wire, and that is the perpendicular distance. So it will be nothing but r, you know that. So we know that. Simply first of all go for always basic expression. You know that B is nothing but mu 0 upon 4 pi I by r in bracket cos alpha plus cos beta, or sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. But for infinite wire, again I am not going to use the formula directly. Again I am going to the concept. You know that for infinite, alpha and beta will become 0 both. So cos alpha plus cos beta will be 1 plus 1. Cos 0 plus cos 0 1 plus 1 2. So 2 to get cancelled. So the remaining expression was B is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi I divided by r into 2. Okay, into 2. So 2 will cancel these 4. So the remaining expression is only 2 pi r. That's it. We have already solved this case. You can directly use also, but just for the remembering, you can go for basic. After that, put that values in your mind. It will take only 1 to 2 seconds. So this is the expression. Therefore B is equal to, you know that value of mu 0 is nothing but 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7 into current is 10 ampere here, Again 2 pi into r is nothing but 20 centimeter they have given us, 20, yeah, 20. So it will convert it into meter by 10 raised to minus 2 factor. So B will be 2, so pi get cancelled, 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 here into, now here see carefully, 2 get cancelled, so 20 into 10 raised to minus 2, it will go upside, so it will be plus 2 divided by 20. So therefore B is nothing but 2 10 or 20, so 10 raised to minus 4 divided by 10 only, so it will be 10 raised to minus 5. So B will be, you can take either 10 raised to minus 5 Tesla or you can convert it into micro. By how? 10 into 10 raised to minus 6 Tesla. So B is nothing but 10 micro Tesla. This is how we solve. This is very basic, easy level question, I know that, but we are going to increase our level by just solving simple questions. Once we go through simple questions, simple question have their purpose. By that you can remember the formulas by heart, remember the concept by heart, so that in difficult questions you don't have to remember once them, you have to just use it. Okay. Now for direction, see here, thumb will go in upside direction. So at a point P is in this region, P is in this region. So you can see here magnetic fields are going inside. So inside, direction is inside, direction. That's it. Okay, I hope you got the point. Okay, just note it down. After that we will go for the second easy question. This is the second question. You can see they have given us diagram also, and this distance is also 10 meter. Now here they have not mentioned of infinite, semi-infinite or finite, nothing like that. But you can see carefully, one end is finite. That means you know that from where it is started. But another term is going to the infinity. So definitely it is the case of semi-infinite. So in case of semi-infinite, B is nothing but mu 0 upon 4 pi I by r. Now see carefully, the expression here, the term here is either cos alpha plus cos beta or sin theta 1 plus sin theta, sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. So for semi-infinite, alpha here 90, beta 0. So cos alpha plus cos beta will become cos 90 plus cos 0, cos 90 0, cos 0 1. So 0 plus 1 1. So remaining expression will be only mu 0 upon 4 pi I by r. Similarly like me, you have to do this kind of a calculation in your mind, okay, because you are getting prepared for the India's one of the toughest exam like JEE or NEET, you know that. So do not go for direct formulas, you know that these formulas are there, but first of all you have to always go for the basic, okay. Even though go for the Biot-Savart, come from the Biot-Savart to the first application for the finite, after that come to the special cases, that infinite and semi-infinite, okay. And you should know that two expressions are very easy, that is mu 0 upon 4 pi I by r is common term, either cos alpha plus cos beta or sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. You should know downward angle alpha and theta 2, upward angles beta and theta 1, that's it. So I will put mu 0 is nothing but the 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7. Here we will have 4 pi, r is nothing but 10, current is also 10. So the remaining part is 10 raised to minus Tesla. That's it. Now the direction. See, whenever the current is downward, this is the upward current. Don't do this for downward. Do not do this. This is not right. You have to like this. Okay, this is upward current, this is downward current. If you are forgetting, then just remind one thing, this is easy, okay. So you have to do easy thing first, and the second thing will be not easy, it will be difficult, okay. It is difficult na, so you will not do easy, you will do difficult, okay, for downward direction. So as it is going downward, you know that downward here, so in this plane magnetic field lines will come outside. So here it will go inside. So point P is in this plane, so direction will be outside. This much easy, okay. Again, easy sorry, this is easy, it's okay. If we have done first time easy, second time we will do difficult things, so it is difficult, that's it. Okay, so now the today's task, you can see that example, a semi-infinite current carrying wire with current I is shown below. What will be the magnitude of B bar and its direction also? You have 4 options there, you have diagram there. See carefully. For semi-infinite, we have seen that our conductor's length was starting from that perpendicular distance point, but here that is not the case. So you don't have to take that point. Here angle will change. You know that one angle is fixed, it is going to the 0, but another angle is not 90 degree now. You can see that from where it is started, that angle you should do. So you have 4 options, A, B, C, D. So C and D will have same, C and D will have same the magnitude as A and B, but the direction will be changed. You can see the direction also given by cross and dot. For first option cross, that means will inside. For second option will inside, and the C and D outside. So this is your today's task. You have to solve it and you have to give answer only in comment box. Just give the answer, okay, in comment box, YouTube comment box. Thank you so much for watching this lecture. I hope you have got all the points. See you in second lecture. No, actually now we will see you in part 4 of magnetic effect of electric current. Thanks.